The following broadcast may contain explicit language and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the hosts, talent, and guests, and do not reflect the opinions, views, and standards of Pyro Media Enterprises, affiliates, subsidiaries, or its members.
Hey y'all, happy Thursday. What they call
Thursday? That's crazy.
They call it Friday Junior. Happy Friday Junior. Yes, happy Friday Junior. So as you can see, I have a very special person next to me. I think this is our first live.
Tripping.
What you doing? Wardrobe, hairstylist. This is our first episode of Pushing Through Live. I don't think we've ever done a live Pushing Through.
Why is it that?
Have we?
No.
What are you laughing for?
Because the screen was like, it's okay.
That was because we got professional production.
Okay.
That was like professional, like production. Anyway, welcome. This is me, Nicole. And who are you?
Andrea.
She is now over the hill. She's 26 now.
Over the hill.
Yeah, because you passed it. You're not mid-20s no more. Now you over that. You heading down into 30 like that.
Don't really want to talk about it, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I remember when I was 30.
That's crazy.
That was a long time ago. But anyway, if this is the first time you're catching one of our videos, there are plenty of them on the Pyro Media Network you can watch. We started this show to help moms nurture the relationship with their adult children. It's really important as they age, and it's, she's not even 21, she's older now, but still we need to have a relationship because there's still things that I feel like I can contribute to her life. And she actually contributes to mine, has lots of insight, knowledge, wisdom at her young age. So moms, your responsibility to nurture the relationship of with your adult daughters does not stop at age 18.
And daughters, it's your responsibility to keep your mama from looking crazy.
But I don't know if you succeeded in that though, because I be feeling like I be looking crazy sometimes.
That's crazy that you would say that. I guess you do look crazy then. I was gonna say you look good, but you want to say all that? Like, oh, excuse me.
And cut. The show is over now.
I'm like, what?
Anyway,
to have confidence in what I'm doing.
Okay. I do have. I actually have a lot of confidence in a lot of things that you do, probably more than you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
you have a lot of you have a lot of knowledge and things. So on this show, we like to try new things, play games, try food. Today, we're going to try some scented candles. We got a package where we actually bought some candles from a new company. We're going to try them out on camera, and we're going to interview the owner of the company. So let's go. Pick up the come on, Andrea, get the box. She got the box that came from.
Is that sticky to you? Because that's bothering me.
What you talking about?
Like
what you talking about?
It ain't sticky when you touch it. It's like,
well, that's all right. That's not the focal point of the episode. So she has the box here. We gonna pull it out. Ooh. Look at this. So the name of the company is called Luxe Noir. Is that how you say that? Noir, French noir. And we ordered, how many candles did we order? Child, so somebody, I keep telling y'all I'm broke, but I must have had 2 pennies to rub together Look how beautiful.
You don't call yourself broke because then that's how you.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm rich in spirit right now. So here's some packaging. Very nicely packaged. Very nice. So a lot of you may think that scented candles came from like Bath and Body Works, like that's where all this stuff came from, but actually it started well before that. So before I jump into the history of scented candles, look how pretty the packaging is.
Were there more candles, or were they the only three that these are the only three that the line carries?
There's more.
Oh, well,
he just released some new ones, but he kept releasing after. I mean, what you want me to do? I mean, look at the packaging, y'all. So I'm getting yelled at, and I don't understand.
I was not yelling, y'all. That's crazy.
No, I feel like I'm being attacked about some candles.
And you don't tell a black woman she's being aggressive when she's just speaking.
A black woman can tell another black woman that.
No, because then
a mama black woman.
Now we both doing that to each other. That's not fair. But society already does that. Okay. Correct? Isn't that what you preach?
I'm sorry.
Isn't that what she preaches?
I'm sorry. This is beautifully packaged. I'm gonna say that off top. Like, you know how us black mamas do. We gonna save these boxes. We gonna save these boxes, baby. These boxes gonna get saved. We're gonna use this for something else because this is pretty.
Gifting.
Love the black and gold. And so I got 3, correct? Yes. I have lavender blanket. Which one is lavender blanket? This one. I have spa time, and I have man cave. So I don't know. For me, sometimes we can talk about this. I tend to like clean, soapy smells. What do you go to? I don't like flowery,
sweet and floral, and warm, like that, like amber, and then like a little, like I like peach, I like vanilla. Yeah,
we ain't the same. We're not the same. So one thing I'll say before we even dig, these have, okay, we learned about what a throw is. Now, what's a throw?
How far the scent
goes. Yes. So I'm already smelling them. Have a strong cold throw. A cold throw is how far the scent carries without it being lit. So I don't know which one I'm smelling, but whichever one it is, it has a strong cold throw. This is the lavender blanket one. Oh yeah. I love lavender. I wish I could smell this. Look how pretty this candle is. The black and the gold gives it this, and I think that's the luxe part of the Lex Noir. I love this. Light this one up.
I want that one.
Smell that one. Smell. What man cave smell like?
So actually, it smells good though, because sometimes I'll be like, "Ooh, I don't like man smell," but like
that smells like. Does it tell you what the notes are? Saffron, leather, vanilla, and bourbon. I like that. It's clean. And I smell the leather. I smell the leather.
I'm keeping this one, so she's gonna have to get the other one.
Okay, spa time. Okay, that smells like a spa. Lemongrass, jasmine, and patchouli.
Oh, this reminds me of Lush.
Oh, the store. Yeah. No, this one, I'm glad I got the big one in this one. I like this one.
I need to buy these because this is how I would want my place to smell when I get when I have a spa.
Okay, which one we gonna light while we talk? So, okay, well, you decide which one. This one? Okay. So let's go into scented candles and where they come from. Okay, y'all. So the use of scented candles. Oh, jeez. Here you go. The use of scented candles, again, it's not Bath and Body Works wasn't the start of all of this, right? This went back thousands of years to ancient civilizations such as the Egyptians, Greeks, and the Romans. And in those cultures, the candles were primarily used for religious ceremonies and as a source of light, obviously, because, Thomas Edison hadn't made electricity. So that's what they was doing. The Egyptians were among the first to develop scented candles, using them for both religious and practical purposes. They created candles made from animal fats, which makes sense, right? And scented them with aromatic oils such as cinnamon, myrrh, and frankincense. And I know y'all know what frankincense and myrrh is, right? During the Middle Ages, candles continued to be used for religious purposes, but they also became more widely available for domestic use. The use of beeswax became popular for making candles, and fragrances such as lavender, which is like in this candle, and rose were added to then for a more pleasant aroma. In the 19th century, we got more technologically advanced and we could do mass production of candles. And so they were more affordable, more accessible to the general population. And scented candles became popular during this time, especially in Europe, where they were used in homes to mask unpleasant odors. I'm like, what?
They was
y'all didn't have no sewage?
They was stinking. They didn't know, like they didn't wash themselves.
Well,
isn't this the time?
You ain't lying about that.
Wait, is this
the 19th century?
Where in Europe?
So that's 1800s.
The white folks was not bathing. They still don't. So
the popularity of scented
they
candles.
still don't. You heard about they talking about they don't wash their legs and stuff. Like we just let them soap run down as if that's ever been enough. Anyway, then they had the little collars on, and it was like that was to mask the stank. Like, yeah, they wasn't washing their booties.
The popularity of scented candles continued to grow in the 20th century with many new fragrances and styles being introduced in the 1980s and 90s. That's my time frame in life. The use of candles for aromatherapy and relaxation became increasingly popular, and scents such as vanilla, lavender, and chamomile were commonly used for calming properties. So today, scented candles are available in a wide range. Well, I can't talk of fragrances and styles, and are used for a variety of purposes, from setting a relaxing atmosphere in a home to adding a touch of luxury to a special occasion. Woo! So how are they doing now with throw? I think you have to. What I was taught, you have to let them burn for like 2 hours to kind of really get the full.
But you gotta trim the wick after that. Or
When you got to get one of these.
Do you trim it before or after? Hey. I feel like I'm doing this wrong.
You trim it after. You trim it. Well, you trim it before you light it for the next time. Okay. So when you put that out and you about to light it again, you're supposed to trim it.
These smell good together.
Luxnor owner, you might want to create little candle
this look good too, like this.
Pairings, pair them together, and sell them. We can't see them. Put them. Well, then they're gonna catch on fire, huh? Just be careful. Don't put your elbow right there.
Oh Lord Jesus,
for your elbow. Now, I was looking up some stuff around scent, and did you know that scent is the quickest way to change someone's mood? I mean, obviously, if I smell food, my mood is changed, baby. Some French fries or a donut. Mm-hmm. If I smell a donut, I'm instantly like, hey, hi. So scent is really that quickest way. It's quicker than any other sense, or like hearing or sight. It affects the emotional part of your brain. When you collect candles, go ahead.
Sometimes I've had times where, like, I don't know if it's just me. Okay. Like I could see something and then I'll get like a smell like in my nose. Does that happen?
For me, usually when I hear certain kind of music.
Oh yeah, music.
It'll
I
put
see
me
something
back into a time.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's.
And maybe I'm also smelling or remembering a smell.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, for me, like I'll see, like, there's a certain filter that a picture had one time, and it was a smell and a taste.
Interesting.
Like, yeah, I don't like it though. But
you don't like that? I mean, what if you're hungry and you remember food and then
it don't taste good? It don't taste good. And then there's like a certain that when music, I can see something.
Yes,
I visualize music. It looks a certain way. There's certain colors, and then with things that I see, I can smell and taste them. Or sometimes I don't know.
Certain music will just put me back in like a place. So I'll remember where I was at a certain time. I can also hear music talk. So this is an interesting thing. So let's talk about scents real quick. So when you collect candles, you aren't just collecting the smell of the candle, you are also collecting the emotion of the experience when you first created the memory associated with the candle scent. Any scents in particular that take you back to a particular experience?
Not that I could think of. Not really that I could like off the top of my head think of, but it does. It happens.
Okay. And real quick, we're going to talk about what candles are made of right quick, and then we're going to go to the break, and we're going to bring back our special guest. So candles are made from, there's wax, right? But what else goes in the candle? We took some notes and I want her to kind of run through what's in the candle.
Well, obviously wax is the main component.
Okay, so this is the wax.
Typically, it's made of either like a paraffin, a soy, or a beeswax.
Which one is
paraffin?
better?
Is actually the one that we use when we do the treatments. But anyway,
but which one is there? One that's better than the other?
I know soy is supposed to not be. Well, no, I'm sorry. Soy is good. What's the one that's the original candles use?
Beeswax is the OG. Because I mean, think about it. Back in the day, they took the wax from the bees and the honey, right? So beeswax. So is paraffin the bad one, or
I don't know, but one of them releases like toxins into there. So
we'll ask anyway because the owner, because he know. Go ahead. And what else?
Then we got the wick, obviously, which is the string. I think the strings. What is it made out of? I don't know. Cloth, cotton, or hemp. Okay?
So this one is the cloth,
cotton or hemp coated with wax to help it burn.
But this one is like
wax,
wood.
Yeah, but the wax. So the wax is the fuel. So they put the cotton and then they coat it with the wax. Which helps it burn and keeps the flame burning.
Okay.
And then we get the fragrance, which is inside of the wax. They mix and it's burning. And then we've got the dye, which sometimes candles have dye, sometimes they don't.
And these look like they do not.
Yeah.
Which I would imagine is a good thing. I know, Kyrie, I love candles too. Anything else?
Some of them have additives, which can, like herbs and spices, glitters, and things like that. Which would be also mixed into the wax. So everything that could be added gets mixed into the wax, dye, additives, and things like that. And then everything is poured into the container, and the container is what holds the candle. Sometimes they do glass, metal, or ceramic.
This one looks like it's metal, and this one looks like it's glass.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about no additives now. That's too much now.
Yeah.
I don't want no don't put no glitter in my candle.
Like you could do like even if you do like spiritual candles, I've seen like they put crystals, like Himalayan salts.
Okay.
You could do like rosemary, like bay leaves for money, stuff like that,
Yeah. All right, we're going to go to commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have the owner of Luxe and Noir Candles ask him a couple questions. See you in a bit.
This episode is sponsored in part by Bullet and Flight Radio. Get ready to uplift your spirit with Bullet and Flight Radio, the world's leading progressive Christian radio station. Experience the vibrant fusion of gospel house music and a rich medley of inspiration from all musical genres that'll make your heart soar. Join their extraordinary lineup of today's trailblazers, visionaries, and voices that matter, all sharing their stories and wisdom. Stay plugged in around the clock as they broadcast unmissable content 24/7. Your go-to station for all things inspiring. Become a pilot today by visiting bulletandflightradio.com. Bullet and Flight Radio. Your story, our station.
Oh, every time I get caught dancing to the music, child, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
So this one now.
Yeah, so now we're burning, which one is that? Man Cave?
Mm-hmm.
We're burning Man Cave now. We have put out Lavender Blanket and Spa Time. Those did really work well together. So we might have to tell the owner. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that, and then we'll bring Kwame on. Andrea was saying, because I'm bad at that, baby. I just didn't blow this thing out. And she said, you ain't supposed to blow it out.
It's disrespectful. It's rude to the candle and the elements. You're supposed to respect the elements.
Okay.
So you have to starve the flame. That's it.
Wasn't starving it disrespectful?
I mean, but isn't blowing at something? If I blow in your face versus like
Starving
calmly,
me?
no, instead of calmly,
No, like this.
calmly sit down,
Okay.
right?
All right. Okay. Fair enough. I didn't know the flame had a personality to know what was happening.
Obviously,
to
we're talking spiritual. We're not talking about like humanizing whatever.
it. Okay. All right.
Some people are not there.
Next, our guest, the owner of Luxe and Noir Candles, Kwame. Come on down. We have some questions for you.
Come through.
We got some questions for you. We got some questions for.
Hey.
Why
You got
every
muted because
time?
you was doing too much.
How are you?
Hello.
First of all, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
I mean, how could we not? We all up in your candles. We all up in, like, we need to talk to you because we got questions. We want to, first of all, congratulations on the launch. I mean, I think I knew you liked candles and, just on a personal level, you kept that secret real good because I didn't know nothing about nothing. And I myself in knowing all the things. So I was like, what? So congratulations. I know you sold out. You have several fragrant, scents. Like I think I counted 11 or so, maybe more than that. So congratulations on that and the launch of your brand. So what was the inspiration behind? Like, what happened when you were like, I'm about to do this?
Well, so I've been working on the idea of this for a really long time. Like probably I would say about 8 months to a year of just research and trying to get into the world of the candle industry. And really what pushed it was my big brother Kyrie and co-host of Pyro Power Hour. He had said he did a show on Candid Conversations, which is one of his shows right here on Pyro Media Network. Shameless plug. He was he had someone on there. I think it was Mona. But basically he was talking about just kind of at the beginning of the year, just going ahead and doing your thing, and not kind of just whatever dreams, aspirations you want to do, just go ahead and accomplish those goals. And I have worked with brands like Nicole D. Vick, Tasha Champion, all of these different brands, and have helped them build their brands. And I always sit there and tell them, keep going, whatever you want to do, just go ahead and do what you need to do. And I didn't really think about it. I was always giving myself an excuse. I don't need to do it right now. I don't have time. I'm running a media company. Who has time to do, add another, thing to your list of things to do? And I think when you start to do that, you do a disservice to yourself as a human and as a person, to not accomplish those dreams and goals, right? So really what kind of inspired me to kind of do all of this and the direction of going into Luxe and Noir is the experience of having that self-care. What do I want to do to have that moment, right? And so honestly, all of my clients that were a part of and are a part of Pyro Media Network have been a little bit of an inspiration. The self-care from you, Nicole, the encouragement from Kyrie, everybody has had a little bit of even before Titan Capri left the network. Titan had sent me for my birthday, or not my birthday, excuse me, for Christmas, he sent me a candle making kit just to test it out. Because I had told him in secret that I want, I was interested in it. So I had gotten to test it out, and then I also got for Christmas from Just Dominic off of another candle making kit. So it was kind of like they were like saying I owed it to not only myself but also to the people that were seeing, that were encouraging me to do it for them as well. So long story short, that's where we're at.
And it just reminds me too, all that you're saying reminds me of Andrea. We got to get her with her esthetician license so she can go do her thing.
reminds me when my friend got me the bartending kit,
That
even though I just
too.
randomly was like, I want to try this. And then I ended up making the drinks and everybody was like,
she
well,
made this beautiful bottle of, I don't know what that was, vodka, whatever it was.
Adios MF.
So she had made in this bottle. She put the glitter in there, so it was like glittery. She even created a label that was unique to the person's, to their personality for their birthday. So it wasn't like, oh, I just bought a bottle of Tito's and poured the glitter in it and gave it to them. No, I took the label off and used some sort of program to create. So it's like this, the creativity in our family is amazing, and of course Kwame is part of the family, so it makes sense to me. And even when people that know me would drop off nail polish or hey, you want, so same thing, right? Speaking of, I'm in a nail competition. So
yes,
please vote for me for nail icon so I can win $5,000. I need to pay my tuition.
Fourth place. Yeah,
I did want to say something because one of the things that that you guys were talking about as far as the wick is concerned, and I believe you brought up one of the things like this one is wood and this one is like, what's the difference? So what Andrea was saying as far as the construction of a wick, that's actually correct. It is cotton and it is wrapped around in wax, and the wax is what infuses and keeps it fueled. But the wood wicks is a little different. It does grab wax through the wood wick. Yes, you can see the wood wick. And I chose the wood wick for the Luxe collection, which is what you're holding right now, which is the lavender blanket, which is part of my Luxe collection. And so I chose that because I wanted to have more of a kind of like feeling like you're in front of a fire. So it's kind of like a crackling woodwick. And so and I haven't really seen those. Usually woodwicks are associated with more luxury candles, and it burns a little bit better. So I wanted to make sure that the wax that we're using, which for that particular candle is soy wax, it's 100% soy and it's 100% clean. And so all of my candles are clean, so you don't see a lot of dyes in it. And I am working with an organization, or excuse me, a company that has natural dyes.
Okay.
Sit there and say, oh, well, everything, nothing needs to be in chemicals. You can have natural stuff, but it's a chemical. Things are chemicals.
Everything
is add those things in there. But for the stuff that I have, everything is premium level ingredients, and they're all natural ingredients. So it's not like there's anything coming from like a pharmaceutical company or anything like that.
One of those ones you could put in the skin, or no, it's not though.
Is this one of those candles? So there was a candle company we were familiar with or worked with years ago. It's now closed, where the wax we could actually use as lotion. Or like rub it in. Is this that kind of a candle?
So no. So I'm actually working on a line that is going to be a seasonal line for that, and so that is going to be something. There's a special wax for that. There's a special soy wax for that, and I think it's a para soy wax because there's different types of waxes. You have paraffin wax, you have soy wax, you have palm wax, beeswax, coconut wax. And there is this coconut apricot wax that a lot of high-end candle companies are using. The problem that I have with coconut apricot waxes is that it's just it's too soft for me. Like when I'm pouring the wax and working with it, it's really problematic. So I'm not at the level yet that I feel comfortable enough to sell that. And that's one of the big things that I'm really big on is presentation. Because oftentimes, Black owned businesses are always associated with something negative, like, oh, they gave us horrible package,ing or they put it in a Walmart bag or whatever. And I really I really wanted to really focus on presentation and making the whole experience for everybody, especially how the candle itself looks and the labeling and really just kind of focusing on the branding and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Awesome. Next question.
So, I guess I want to know. So, when you created Luxe and Noir, who was in mind? So, who is Luxe and Noir for?
Customer.
It's for us. It's for us. It is for my immediate thought of who the top demographic that I wanted to purchase is. Obviously, anybody all money is green, right? I'm not going to tell, certain people not to, purchase from us, but my focus was Black women, because I thought of who is some of the hardest working demographics in the world. And I feel, in my opinion, that it is Black women. Black women need that self-care. Black women have to infuse self-care and time for themselves in order for them to function on a daily basis, in my personal opinion. And so one of the things that I have, looked at, some of my largest demographics is cisgendered Black women. And so as far as who follows me on TikTok, who follows Pyro Media, they are our biggest supporters. And so for me, when I look up different situations and I look at different things that are going on in the world, there is a central issue that happens when it comes to the weight of the world feeling like they're on the shoulders of Black women. And so I want them to have a moment when they're coming from work, from the 9 to 5, from when they're dealing with their baby daddies, when they're dealing with the drama, when they're dealing with the microaggressions, when they're dealing with, oh, your hair is so nice, don't touch it. All those different things that they have to deal with on a daily basis. When they come home and they want to relax and without having to spend so much money on a spa or having to spend so much money, they may not be able to afford it. I want them to have an experience for themselves, you know what I'm saying, without it breaking the bank. And so that's kind of really my focus on who I envision purchasing Luxe and Noir products. And as we continue to grow, there are other products and things that are in the works that I can't talk about right now that I want to introduce to kind of create that whole, kind of spa feeling ambiance. So I hope that answers your question. I know that was a little lengthy.
I'm nosy.
No,
I'm
you're
like,
good.
what are you about to do?
I'm nosy too, but let me know if you need my expertise as well.
And mine too.
Let me know. So are the scents that you selected inspired by something in particular?
Yes. So I wanted to first of all, I'm a big lavender fan. So I love lavender. If you go back to Bath and Body Works, which Nicole had mentioned earlier, Moonlight Path was one of my favorite scents and still is to this day. Moonlight Path is just kind of my go-to when it comes to if I'm gonna mix a scent and stuff like that. So I love lavender a lot, but I also like oceanic smells, any type of marine smell, so like anything by the sea. And I was a big Yankee Candle fan until I found out about what was going on, allegedly what's going on with their company and their products. But anything like that's sea related or nautical or ocean, like that's kind of my go-to. And then the inspiration behind Man Cave is because I also know that men need time to themselves too, right? And so although I don't like to put a sex or gender on products, I wanted it to be appealing to male the male demographic as well. So I wanted to get a sense that and honestly, Man Cave is one of my least favorites, only because I'm not a big fan of those scents, but it's also one of our biggest sellers. So I'm not understanding why, but I wanted to have different aspects to it. But vanilla, lavender, oceanic smells, those were kind of my first go-tos in creating the different scents and starting out.
This one burns really nice. Man Cave burns nice. Like at first I was like, whoa, like it was a lot of different things that I don't normally go for, but it burns nice.
Yeah. And so we were even suggesting, I don't know if you heard us earlier, Kwame, some of these seem to pair together well. You may want to consider, just suggestion, like a little set, like boom, burn these together, because it feels like actually all three of these kind of work together. Like the lavender and the Man Cave, we're burning them together now. That worked really well. And the lavender and the really spa seem to work together. So either maybe some kind of a cool little cute combo in one thing, or you kind of sell a couple of them together, like this is a kit for like whatever, but they seem to work really well. Or just maybe even you just kind of mention that, like, hey, FYI, you could pair two of these together.
I mean, that also goes good if he does come out with melts for like the oil burns.
True.
And I'm glad you actually mentioned that, Andrea, because we do have wax melts because there was a huge there's a huge kind of like demographic that does not like to burn candles, only because there's fire safety, concerns that they have, and also just, the negative stigma that comes with candles in and of itself, of just burning candles. Although our candles at Luxe Noir are all natural, or clean burning rather. And so I did create wax melts for that demographic because there's a huge, I didn't realize how big the wax melt fans are. So we do have Breath of Life and Pineapple Passions, which was just released recently.
Pineapple what?
Well, let's go. Let me kind of just go through. I can pull it up real quick for you. So you can kind of see
what?
This is the Luxe Noir.
Let me see. I need a pen to write down the I want.
Yeah, so this is the Luxe Noir website, and so you can go to luxeandnoir.com, and you can kind of take a look at all of the stuff there, and it's luxeandnoir.com, and you can just go through it. So we have 3 different collections: the Luxe collection, actually we have 2 collections, and the wax melts. So we have the Luxe collection, the classic collection, and the wax melts. So since you have Nicole, you were actually you guys were one of my first purchases when we first sold out the first week. So you were actually only limited to what our first launch, and we only had Lavender Blanket and Vanilla Pyre. Right now, Lavender Blanket is sold out, and I believe we have 1 or 2 left of Vanilla Pyre. The Luxe collection does take a little bit longer because it's 100% soy, and so it takes a little bit longer to cure. But there is another special. I guess I can say it on here. There is going to be a premium, a new Luxe collection candle that's coming out next week. So I'll be quiet on that. But that's pretty much what I can say on that one. But it's going to be, and it's actually honoring Black women all over. So it's called Black Girl Magic, and so I'm looking forward to kind of showing, having that sent out. So you heard it here first, right here on Nicole DVick Live. So we do have the Lavender Blanket, which you guys have, and that does have like an light orange blossom scent. I did pair it with lavender and cedar and different scents of that nature. But that is I tried to kind of balance it because lavender in and of itself is very overpowering, and so I wanted to have like a woodsy smell as well. But it ended up, when I blended it and started working on it in the lab, it ended up blending in a way where it just had this beautiful kind of scent, and it's strong, but it's not overpowering. It's just engulfing like a blanket. So that's kind of why
this is perfect.
Yeah, and the Vanilla Pyre is very similar. It's sandalwood, amber, and vanilla and vetiver, which are the top notes for that as well. But there's also kind of tonka bean in there, and leather, and patchouli. So there's a different kind of, and buttercream. So there's different types of scents that we blended in for that as well. And then the classic collection, like I said, you guys just you ordered the first week, and so a lot of these scents weren't there. So it was just really Spa Time and Man Cave. But we've just, and I believe Wild Rose was in there too. But we also added Beach Meditation, which we just sold out literally like when we first put it out, and also Peach Bellini and Strawberry Cream, which I really like how Strawberry Cream and Peach Bellini smell. I am not a big fan of fruity but these actually smell really, 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 really good. So I would recommend like putting these like in a bathroom or in an office, but these have really high scent, hot throws. That's one of the things that I was really big on making sure that they have. The Spa Time, for whatever reason, doesn't have a high cold throw, but it does have a beautiful hot throw. And so
I was gonna say,
the Spa Time is a really beautiful hot throw, and what Man Cave, it has both a really good hot throw and a cold throw. So I'm really proud of how we blended them. It took me several months to get it's a lot of it's a lot of kind of calculations and math, and I was never really good at math when I was younger. So the chemistry and all that stuff is really, really fun to kind of play around. So that's the classic collection, and there's going to be more coming soon to that. And we are going to be restocking on beach meditation as soon as possible. So stay tuned for that. And then the wax melts, when we first launched, it was just Breath of Life, which has this beautiful kind of like, it's subtle, but it's because you know what, it's peppermint and eucalyptus. But when you have these oh, that was big, right in the face. So it's peppermint and eucalyptus, and when you have typically when you have eucalyptus in something, it's really overpowering. Yes. But for whatever reason, the wax melts for this, it's not as harsh, and it smells really, really, really nice. And I've actually been asked to make this into a candle, which I think we're going to do as well. But I'm just concerned about how the hot thrower is going to be. It may be too overpowering, so I may have to push back on it, but whatever, we'll see how it goes, and we'll let you guys know. But this is a really nice one, and it actually did clear up my sinuses one time when I was
oh my.
But the pineapple passions, like I said, I'm not a big fan of fruit sound or fruit smells, but the pineapple passions and the apple bottom, my God, on today, they smell really, 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 really good. So I'm really excited to kind of sell those and get those out to you guys. It's been I think we're almost out of the apple bottom, and there's been some orders for the pineapple passions as well. So we still have a bunch of those in stock. When the wax melts are a lot easier to make, so I just kind of make a bunch at a time. And I do now. That's another thing. I make them all myself, hand make, like they're hand poured right here in Victorville, California. And so I do not send them for processing. I do not have a fulfillment center yet. And if I do, I am in talks with a fulfillment center here in Victorville, but they would not make it themselves. I would make all of them and then they would ship it out once these are ordered. But I'm really proud of what we've been doing so far with it. And so I'm going to stop talking because I'm rambling.
No, it's so exciting. It is, I mean, and definitely a great product. And I think that's something that is really important because like you said, you have the, and not to belittle other candle makers, but there's varying levels. There's levels, right? And I just feel like, I didn't expect anything less of you, right? But it still was like, wow, this is a beautiful candle. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I was in the backyard and I, poured some candles in the stand. Like, no, this is real. And this is really a quality product. And like I said, I love them, and they're burning together, and I'm appreciating them both together. This is Man Cave and lavender, but even the spa time in the lavender. So we're impressed. We got one more.
And I want to say you said something about like other candle makers. Like I really want like people to know that like even if you want to make candles, I feel like there's enough room on the table for everybody to eat. And so if you just do the research and you really just like, it can be a lot of fun if this is your passion. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And candles have been always a big deal for me in my life. I've loved candles in creating an atmosphere, and that's really what I want Luxe and Noir to do, is to create that atmosphere of chill and self-care. But I really, really want people to realize that candle making has been like, it's not something that's like that's not lucrative because statistically, if you look, it says a recent study was found, and this was just recently, as of like March of 2023, recently found that the candle industry has a value at $7.15 billion in 2020, and it's projected to reach $13.38 billion in 2028. So y'all make that shmoney, honey.
I think for me, the other thing is, I'm big on buying Black whenever you can. This is another opportunity to support a Black-owned business. When you're buying your holiday gifts, when you're buying your company gifts, when you're buying whatever the heck you're buying, about your candle and the candle. And I love telling people when I buy them something and they open it, all right, that's from Black-owned business. I love doing that. Like, that's Black-owned business.
And you know, I enjoy burning Luxe and Noir candles when I'm reading my Pushing Through book by Nicole D. Vick. And I just think y'all should do that. Praise God. You know
I mean, I can see that. I can.
and as soon as Andrea gets her esthetician license, I don't mind burning Luxe and Noir candles and getting my nails done.
Right?
And my eyebrows and all of the things.
Absolutely. Okay.
Sharing is caring.
We got one more question for you. Then we're going to let you go.
Where do you hope to see Luxe and Noir in a few years?
I hope it's my retirement. I really do. And besides the retirement, just in all seriousness, you know, I really do hope that Luxe and Noir grows like Pyro Media did. I did not expect Pyro Media to grow into what it is today. And seeing it continue to grow and seeing the network of people that we have and the amazing talent that we have. I'm so proud of my team. I'm so proud of my clients. I'm just so proud of where Pyro Media has ascended and where it's continuing to grow. And I just want Luxe and Noir to be able to do that too. I would love to have a convention, or not even convention, a staff retreat where Luxe and Noir staff comes in and we have Pyro Media staff and we all just kikiing. You know what I'm saying? So I would just love to see that and see how it grows. But in addition to all of that, I really want Luxe and Noir to be something to where, like, I aspire to be like Jackie Aina. I really love her life. I love her resilience. I love her growth, and I would love for Forever Mood and Luxe and Noir to do a collab. That would be dope. I would die. So, but just working with other Black-owned entities and businesses, I would love to just collab with them, and I really want Luxe and Noir to be that pivotal, because we have a certain clientele when it comes to Pyro Media, right? We want, you know, high-end, you know, awesome talent that knows that their worth in gold, right? and melanin. So, but with Luxe and Noir, I want to be able to kind of reach everyone and be able to have collabs and let it be another avenue for networking. So that's how I see it and where I see it. Oops, I'm dropping stuff.
Well, when you get that Jackie Aina house, because that house is special. I'm like, okay, sister.
I refuse to believe that she doesn't have like maids coming in there to clean up. I just refuse to believe it. Like, I know she does videos and stuff to show that she's cleaning up and stuff like that. I don't believe you, Jackie. Your house is too big.
Well, listen, we might have to volunteer to be the maid. I know she got a maid's quarters in the back. We can stay back there. We all three of us. Jackie Aina, all three of us.
I'm not being no maid. I can't.
I know that's right. Listen, I'll cook you something, Jackie.
Yeah, I'll make her.
I want to stay over there where she stay at.
You could be her maid. I'll make her some drinks, and then he could cook.
Listen, we could bartend, honey. I'm not going to your house, honey. That's not what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Your house is too big.
She is super clean freak anyway. She probably would not be satisfied with my skills.
No. She would be satisfied with mine. She ain't satisfied with mine, so I know Jackie wouldn't be.
She'd be like, no, you're fired. I'm sorry. So well, Kwame, thank you so very much for joining us today. We're going to close out. But again, everybody, Luxe and Noir candles. I highly recommend the lavender blanket.
Yes.
It's bomb. But he has many more fragrances online. Check them out. Again, like I just said, buy black, baby. Buy everybody birthday gift. Go on and buy all the candles and give them out, and you're done. And you have supported a black business. So thank you, Kwame.
Thank you.
And as for, you know, us closing out, you just gonna burn all three of them? Okay. Yeah. They all three sitting here. Y'all can't see it. They all on my lap. Okay. All right, y'all. We will see you next week. So, as always, you can visit my website, www.NicoleDVick.com. I got books and things. I have 2 books. Maybe I might have to start working on book number 3, baby, because all this research I've been doing in school. Woo! Pick those up on Amazon, or hey, check out my website, Honey Bunny, because they're there and I can send you a book. You will also be seeing me and Andrea at some point, you know, in the future more often. I'm on social media. TikTok is the place where I am my most genuine self. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. That's me and Andrea. Episode of Pushing Through that we did our first live episode with our first male guest. I'll see you next week. And then, on the second Thursday, we'll do a live. I'll have a special guest on that one as well. But every week is going to be something Nicole D. Vick at this time on Thursday. I'm knocking papers over, which is my signal to get up off of here. All right, y'all. Take care. See you next week. Thank you, Kwame.
No
Bye.
problem. Thank you, guys. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Pyro Media Network's YouTube channel for more awesome content. Plus, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live or upload new videos. Visit PyroMediaNetwork.com today, not just to check out our incredible roster of talented creatives, but also to gain access to exclusive bonus material available only to our Pyro fam. Show your support for this Black-owned indie network by donating today. Help us keep igniting brands everywhere.